Welcome, patrons, to another soul-destroying week of the People's Orders, the half-cooked and badly written policy platform of Dylan Didge Wilson's The People's Treaty.
Ooh.
Now, for those who come in late, Mr. Wilson, the Didge, is a sovcit with links going back to One Nation, not that long ago. But he's embraced his aboriginality since,
or lack
and
thereof.
most recently was charged with defacing public property, aiding or abetting the damage of property, assaulting a frontline community service worker, and resisting a territory public official. That relates to the fire at the old Parliament House.
So basically, he's not the Messiah. He's just a naughty boy.
He is a little bit naughty, allegedly naughty, and
Allegedly.
he has compiled this enormous list where sovcits, up and comers are encouraged to come along and give their people's orders. He's failed to appear, by the way, so he remains on the lam, but still posting, Joel.
He is still posting. I checked his Facebook and I just thought, oh, look, last week we had that cracking bit from him defiantly saying he wasn't going to court. And it was great. I really like that. But It's just the other posts. It's just
Little
so
Ned Kelly
shit.
stuff.
But they're not funny shit. They're just sort of just drivel. So we're not going to do them. But if I do see Didge do a funny post or something good, believe me, it'll be wedged in the intro, just casually, just look what he's up to. He hasn't been arrested yet. And like I said, I've taken PDFs of all these because I'm waiting for the hosting payments to stop going through.
Do not hold your breath waiting for anything funny from the Didge, Joel. Yeah. But we are into the 90s now. I think we're in like week 8. Time just seems to bend when it gets to this. It seems like we've been doing this forever. But this is Order 91. Off you go, Joel.
It is my will that birth certificates may not be used as collateral or manipulated for control by a corporation. Very subset. Those who seek to do so would be charged with crimes against humanity.
Crimes against humanity.
Stop overusing that. I mean, this is a bureaucratic issue here. Now, this really goes back to the whole idea, and Rob Sudi could explain this in a heartbeat. I don't really know what I'm talking about. We don't edit this or write it, so whatever. But there's some sort of debt that's taken out when you're born, and somehow that's some sort of
your birth certificate is a contract of slavery to the corporation. That's as I understand it, Joel.
But there's money involved, and if you got that money back yourself, you'd be rich or some shit like that. There's some cooker thing about it. This would make sense. And like I say, if Rob Sudi was here, man, we would know all about it. But Rob Sudi's not here, so this is going to go into the we're not smart enough to deal with this one.
It basically is an entry into the corporation has basically entered you into a contract, and the birth certificate is that contract.
But there is this thing. It's 7 fucking bags of gold or something, and you don't get it. And if the rules were fair, you would get. There's some weird thing that the government somehow leverages your identity for cash that you don't get. There's a whole weird thing about it.
That's the slavery. That's the slavery element. Yeah. So as soon as you get your birth certificate, that's what happens. And in fact, there was one sovcit cooker at the Canberra protests who suggested that that every baby born does not only get a birth certificate in Australia, but they get a little heel puncture mark, which is a sign from the Vatican that you have actually made a contract with the Vatican.
Do you remember who that was? That was a great piece of...
I don't remember her name.
The whiteboard girl?
Whiteboard girl.
The one that turned up to Shillington's thing. Anyway, look, basically, long and short of it, something about debt, it's dumb, but the thing that really pissed me off is crimes against humanity, and there's also a capital C on crimes. Why? Why is it there? Why is it there?
When really it should have a K.
Yeah, and crimes against literacy is what we're having here.
Now we get to Order 90, which I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and suggest it is written by the same author. What do you reckon, Joel? Here we go. It is my will that anyone involved in crimes against humanity
there's the giveaway.
Being charged accordingly, and all their assets seized as reparations to the victims and redistributed back to rebuilding the country.
Okay. Bit communist, isn't it?
Well, being charged, yeah. So we got some grammatical problems there, but that's just to start off with. But if you've been charged with crimes against humanity, you'll be frog marched into the town square, hanged, and then someone will go and live in your house. I think that's what they mean. Fair.
That seems pretty reasonable. I mean, look, to be fair, if I was on the receiving end of the house, good. If I was on the receiving end of the death sentence, not great.
Yeah, you might still all the dead people's family might still be there. That's going to be a hassle. That could be a problem.
That would be very interesting.
Could be an issue. You walk in there, she's in the shower. What are you going to do?
Well,
anyway,
just hand her a towel. Be polite.
I think what I like about this is the image attached to it, which has the words accountability written in sort of typeface font, as if it's been typed onto a piece of paper.
Yes, but there's also a typewriter in the thing, just like the little bit of the typewriter just at the front, just to make sure that if anyone saw that type font and went, I wonder how, we're looking at a typewriter. Now I get it. Like, writing things
not a computer, because those things the government can watch.
Ooh.
All right, we're into the 80s, Joel. Here we go.
I like this one. Okay. It is my will that land owned by public utility companies, for example, Water New South Wales,
for example,
cannot be sold to private interests without public notice and public bids.
Okay, well, now, we're not talking about privatisation here. We're talking about land, which is essentially Crown land, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And but the thing is, look, I'm all about keeping shit in, sort of public hands. The thing that I find very funny about this is public notice. I mean, what? It's never actually secret. It's just none of you actually give a fuck. And public bids. Bidding on that means you're privatizing it. Just because you and your mates got fucking some crypto together and bought a fucking block of land from the Water Corporation doesn't make it public. It means it's private. You bought it. You fucking spanner. And that's exactly what they made. And I don't like what public bids? What? Western Australia gets to buy it from? Like, what? Anyway.
I'm feeling that there's a lot of grievance with Water New South Wales here. It's not just just maybe Water New South Wales, or maybe New South Wales Rail, or it's Water New South Wales. I have a problem with them. They screwed me. I'm going to Google this.
Water New South Wales is a thing. It's a bulk water supplier, river operator, and a one-stop shop for licensing. Good.
Let's take them down.
Well, as long as they don't sell their office space, it's fine.
Well, we do have a lot of water in New South Wales, so I presume that that means that Water New South Wales is doing a good job.
Just between me, and the patrons, I did my duty today to reduce the size of the dam by removing the water limiter on my shower head. Just doing my part. Fuck, it was a good morning. It's a great morning.
That came from the president of the ACTU, who said that basically, if we're opening up dams, why don't we all just turn our taps on?
Yeah, I saw that.
And you think, really? I mean, is that...
I don't know.
Stop being silly. You should know better. Anyway.
But I did that anyway, because I am a part of the fucking solution, so...
Oh, no. You're entitled to have a good, healthy spray of water on your back when you shower, I think. So
exactly.
That's as far as I go with the sovcit movement. All right, order number 88.
This is a special number because 88 holds a special place in all of our hearts because it is, of course, HH in the alphabet.
Well, I was thinking two fat ladies. But anyway,
well, I mean,
I have a closer association with bingo than I do to Nazism.
I feel like I wish I was in your place.
I'm going with the two fat ladies.
Anytime I see 88.
Yeah, I know. And we don't want to explain it. We don't want to encourage people. So let's stick with two fat ladies. Order number 88. It is my will. God, it's long. It is my will that all extraction of resources be managed by a special committee with additional oversight implemented by a new People's Government, all in caps. Oh, not all in caps, but just capitalised.
Just capital,
invalidate and withdraw any foreign control ownership. So everybody out, foreigners.
Got to be
Aussies.
Aussies.
On our name, ones. You're out. Get out of that country.
As long as
the new People's Government has seized your assets. With all profits from mining, above and beyond any and all environmental considerations, to be returned to the people in both dividends and all infrastructure.
Good. Yes.
In caps, mining after the full stop, mining profits could cover most of our needs.
Yes, you are all communists. You don't fucking realize it, but you are all communists. Yeah, I love this.
They're certainly socialists. Yes. Australians should pay fair and reasonable prices beyond a usage quota. What? To prevent waste in brackets. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. That's why we have a usage quota to prevent waste.
So we get freebies until a certain point.
With excess that's not, that in parentheses again, that's not stockpiled.
Okay. Doomsday preppers here.
Oh, yeah. To be sold internationally at premium prices. Premium. And the wealth appointed as stated.
Cool.
Jesus Christ, this makes no sense. No one company should own or profit excessively from what Mother Nature... Not capitalising Mother Nature, Joel. What's wrong with this person?
Everything else.
Should own or profit excessively from what Mother Nature has created within our